morning, the Supreme Court has granted bail to Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal in the Delhi excise policy matter. Today, a bench of Justices Suryakant and Ujjwal Bhuyan granted relief to Kejriwal on certain conditions. There is a bail bond of 10 lakh rupees and 2 sureties. Remember, Chief Minister Kejriwal has been in prison for the last 6 months after being arrested by the Enforcement Directorate on the 21st of March 2024. The arrest was made in relation to corruption charges in the now scrapped liquor policy case. Well, Kejriwal had been accused of being the kingpin and the key conspirator of the Delhi excise policy scam and also being involved in demanding kickbacks from liquor businessmen. The ED and CBI alleged that Kejriwal colluded with businessmen and used kickbacks to exchange favours and used proceeds to fund AAP's Goa campaign in 2022 assembly polls. Well, he was granted interim bail, remember, during the election season, but was again arrested by the CBI in June. Now he's been arrested, now he's been granted bail, of course, but he's been given it on the condition that he cannot go to his office or the Delhi Secretariat. He also cannot sign files without the Lieutenant Governor's consent. However, even though the court granted bail, the judges deferred on the legality of the CBI arrest, with Justice Suryakant observing that the arrest was not illegal. However, Justice Bhuyan observed that the CBI cannot operate like a caged parrot. With Arvind Kejriwal being granted bail, a total of 8 political leaders are now out on bail in the Delhi liquor policy scam. These include Manish Sisodia, K. Kavita, Vijay Nair, Arvind Kumar Singh, Abhishek Boinpalli, Chanpreet Singh and Buchi Babu Gorantla. Thus, the larger question is what next in the liquor policy scam case? Well, joining us live is Mukesh Tyagi, BJP spokesperson. Also with us is BJ Pasi, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson. Vineet Jindal, Supreme Court lawyer, also is live with us. AK Singh, advocate, also joins us on the broadcast. Let me begin with you first, Vineet Jindal. Quite interesting how, while the order was unanimous in granting bail to Arvind Kejriwal today, the Supreme Court judges actually deferred on the legality of his arrest in the first place. What do you make of that contrast today, and also the observations made and the conditions while granting the current Delhi CM bail?
Look, this is what we can say. This is the beauty of Indian judicial system, that there are 2 judges and they have a different opinion. So interpretation of law is definitely different to anyone aspects. But the line of that particular order is that arrest is not illegal, one. And if you see the bail conditions, so bail condition is specified because what we are saying in courts, the result is important. So if we are talking about that result, bail is definitely it is a relief for Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal, but it is not the last and end of this liquor scam issue. This is just a starting. Article 21 has a play in this while granting bails to almost all Aam Aadmi Party leaders. So this is like there's definitely we can say this is big relief for Arvind Kejriwal, but I think that is not an end of this problems for Arvind Kejriwal. Still, the long trial and the issues are there. And if we see to the bail conditions, that bail condition justify the investigation which is done by ED and CBI. The condition specifically stating that, which is a very big thing, that Arvind Kejriwal cannot join as a CM office. They cannot sign the file unless until LG would send file for signing of Arvind Kejriwal. So this is also kind of restrictions which say, as I have seen certain statement made by Aam Aadmi Party leaders that by granting this bail, it has been shown that this is a political motivated issue and political motivated case. So I don't think it is this words has been true, because it is a temporary kind of thing. The bail is always granting upon certain conditions, and I think that Article 21 is play a biggest role while granting a bail. So let's see. Now they are definitely Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party is saying that this is a victory of truth. But let's see what would be. The truth only will come out when the trial was completed. So we have to see, wait and watch. Still is there.
Absolutely. Let me in fact also quickly get an AK Singh at this point for his perspective as well. AK Singh, Some stringent conditions, of course, put forth for the Delhi Chief Minister, such as the fact that he cannot visit office, he also cannot sign files, he cannot clear decisions without the LG's consent. But then, of course, he will walk free any moment now. In fact, we're playing out some live visuals coming in from Tihar Jail as well. But interesting contrast in legality of arrest and interpretation of law by the two judges today. What did you make of that? The views that came forth by Justice Suryakant and Justice Bhuyan while granting Arvind Kejriwal bail in the excise policy scam.
Yes. One thing that Supreme Court has made it very clear that the arrest was not illegal. Arrest was done by following the due process of law. In terms of the Section 41A, advance service of summon or notice or opportunity to join the investigation is concerned also. The Supreme Court has given a clean sheet to the CBI. The arrest was not illegal. And furthermore, since the charge sheet was submitted, also no any substantial investigation was due on the part of the Arvind Kejriwal. That's why the court has given the bail. As far as the stringent condition put on bail is concerned, is, see, his office is the place of crime, basically. The Secretariat office and the Chief Minister's office was, the crime was initially instituted and originated from that place. So that's why the Supreme Court has restricted him not to visit the office, not to sign anything, not to meet any witnesses, or not to visit the Secretariat, just to ensure the fairness in the investigation and the trial, I think. So overall, it's a good order.
Okay. Let me, in fact, also, although ask you, A.K. Singh, the fact is that there was also an observation made today by one of the judges that the CBI should not act like a caged parrot. What do you make of that?
It happens every time, whatever the CBI does, if the political persons are involved, if the person who is involved in this case is against the center's government, right? So this kind of the allegations, they always come forward that CBI is acting as a parrot. But actually, this is not like that, because the crime is being committed, and on one hand, the Supreme Court is saying the arrest was illegal, right? So I don't think such kind of the observation makes any sense.
Okay. Let me, in fact, take that across to Bijay Pasi as well of the Aam Aadmi Party. Bijay Pasi, come in here on, of course, you know, how big momentum this is likely to give your party in Haryana, where elections, of course, are around the corner, in Delhi, where also elections are scheduled early next year, and also, Bijay Pasi, the criticism that interestingly has come in for the BJP, despite this big moment for your party. They claim that the celebrations are not needed, as the case will continue and the trial will continue.
Good evening, everyone. Since the Arvind Kejriwal has been granted bail, the BJP is making such type of statements since the mornings. I have heard so many statements. Why BJP is so frustrated with the grant of bail to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal? It is to be seen. Because every spokesman of BJP is coming out and saying such these type of things. One thing is very much clear in this case, that Justice Ujjwal Boyan clearly stated that CBI, as you have stated, that CBI shouldn't act like a caged parrot. And if bail was not so important, then why these caged parrots were trying their best to get the bail declined? Why? Because in these cases, the bail is a very important factor. And till date, it is to be seen that till date, not even a single rupee has been recovered, no trail. And most important thing is, as Justice Ujjwal Boyan stated in his judgment, that the timing is very important. In first four charge sheets, Kejriwals were not named. And the name of Mr. Kejriwal came afterwards, when there were chances of getting bail in another case. CBI remained silent for 22 months. I'm not going on technicalities because what are the conditions, what are the technicalities? These are second thing. But the main thing is that Mr. Kejriwal has been granted bail, and every worker, every supporter of Aam Aadmi Party, and every person who loves democracy is very happy with this order of the Honorable Supreme Court, because this order has stated that Constitution is supreme. Still in India, Constitution is supreme, and the bail has been granted as per provisions of Constitution. Although the masters of the caged parrot tried their best to deny the Constitution. Not only in this case, even in Chandigarh case, Chandigarh election case, you have seen in mayor's election, they tried their best to use their caged parrots to deny a bail to an elected chief minister. I'm not going on the technical. Second thing, you have talked about the Haryana elections. Yes, our workers who were feeling that every worker is Mr. Arvind Kejriwal will get more courage with the order of this Honorable Court and will the bail of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, because they get courage, they will determine, they will fight more efficiently, and it will help us to contradict the undemocratic actions of the BJP. One thing is more, sir, if, as it has been said by the Honorable Supreme Court, that caged parrot, then Mr. Amit Shah should resign. Who is the master of this caged parrot? And I have a video clip. Not only Supreme Court has stated so, but even Mr. Modi ji had stated so, who is now our Honorable Prime Minister, and the Home Minister is now the master of this caged parrot, and Mr. Modi ji stated, kindly have.
Okay, let me get in Mukesh Tyagi of the BJP to respond to you. Mukesh Tyagi, you've heard BJP's response to the BJP's criticism. You can, of course, respond to him. And what effect do you believe Arvind Kejriwal's release will have on the Aam Aadmi Party's momentum for Haryana and for Delhi?
Uday, good evening to you. Actually, it's a very preposterous and a very childish argument. If you see, the AAP party has become a PAP party. AAP is Arvind Kejriwal, all plundering. They are plundering the Delhi's economy. It is evident, prima facie evidence is there, that Arvind Kejriwal was involved in huge scandal of swindling funds through this liquor scam policy, which has gone prima facie evidence, and there is no need for further clarification. No wonder all his cabinet colleagues, whether it was Manish Sisodiya or Sanjay Singh or Kingpin Kejriwal himself, went to the jail, and today's Supreme Court, they need not celebrate at all. As a matter of fact, Supreme Court has endorsed their investigating agencies have got a very clinching evidence against Mr. Kejriwal. It is because of, look at the conditions which have been given, he has been completely crippled, and his lust for the power is evident to the world. The man who came for the struggle against the corruption is now himself part of the corruption. He is sticking to his power, seat at any cost. He has lost his office. He can't sign any file. He cannot influence any. It's a structure, as a matter of fact, there that they suspect this man can go to any extent, to any extra length. He can play with the files of the Delhi scam. He can play with the witnesses. So this is structure. Coming to the case, they are trying to highlight this cage parrot comment of what about the ED, Enforcement Director? So Enforcement Director had given him 9 summons there, and he was constantly refusing on some pretext or other. So what does it show? It shows his malified intention that he did not want to cooperate with the investigating agencies. So is it not a very delinquent conduct of Mr. Kejriwal being the Chief Minister and someone who talks about very high moral grounds? From Anna Hazare, he came on the streets as an honest politician. Look at the U-turn and 360-degree turn this character has taken. So he is literally रक्षक जो है वो भक्षक बन गया है और दिल्ली की जनता को उन्होंने ठगा है. और ये पाप पार्टी बन चुकी है। आप पार्टी नहीं रही, ये पापियों का ये एक बहुत बड़ा सम्मेलन है। अब ये बात करते हैं कि साहब क्या इनका कौन सा केज पैरेट को लेकर के, चलिए इन्होंने जो कमेंट किया इनको बड़ा खुशी मिल रही है, बट केज पैरेट इज बेसिकली ओरिजिनेशन फ्रॉम द यूपीए गवर्नमेंट. How Supreme Court had passed a stricture against UPA government when the coal scam, 2G scam, all this thing happened. But this bail, they have been behind bar. There is no contrary evidence that he has. The allegations made by ED and CBI are not conclusive in nature. Supreme Court has endorsed that. Their bail was refused by Delhi High Court. So they cannot get a clean sheet. But only thing is, I'm talking about the constitutional morality. Maybe they have got some respite from the Supreme Court that he can continue as a chief minister being in jail. But look at the constitutional morality. He has been behind the bar. He does not want to abdicate power. He has been the strictures have been passed against him. ED has found all the serious allegations against him. He should have resigned on the constitutional morality basis. Why people should ask for it? And he should hand over power to somebody else. But unfortunately, this entire our party has
BJP respond. BJP respond. That's what BJP is saying today. How will Delhi be governed if the CM is going to be in this virtual mode with these conditions imposed on him?
Bhajpa has no right to talk about the morality because it is a Bangaru Lakshman party. It's a Bangaru Lakshman party, and every corrupt person is welcomed there. They have washing powder. Chhagan Bhujbal, I'm not going on this list because it's a very long list. So please kindly not interrupt. I have not interrupted you, Mr. Tyagi. Have patience. I know you all are very frustrated today. I know you all are very frustrated today with the verdict of the Supreme Court. And but they are saying that they must resign because the only motive of the BJP is to get resigned from Mr. Kejriwal. They tried their best. But one thing is too clear. That Honorable Supreme Court today also stated that no one can be presumed guilty. The presumption of innocence is there. And what BJP is saying, they talk about the constitution, but the BJP is the party who is more aggressive than Congress in violating the constitutional provisions. Today, BJP has, I must say, and I'm rightly saying that BJP has infringed each and every morality, each and every provision of constitution. Have they right to talk about the morality? Then what about the Praful Patel? What about the missing of Chhagan Bhujbal file? What about the Praful Kumar, where the CBI has submitted a closure report, but court has stated no, we are not going to accept, because Kejriwal ji was talking about the morality in politics, which is totally against the ethics of BJP. It is a Bangaru Lakshman party and full of corruption from head to foot. BJP has nothing except the corrupt leaders. And second thing is that when Mr. Kejriwal was saying that you must talk about the real issues, you must talk about the employment, you must talk about the health issues, you must talk about the education, which are not suitable to the BJP and their policy of polarization. That's why their only motive is to keep him in jail.
Let me tell you, Uday, this is the first time. Mr. Pasi, now it's my turn.
Mr. Tyagi, your motive has been failed.
No, you have spoken already. Let me speak. Let me speak now.
You are offering you sweets.
You will finish the entire day. You will finish the entire debate by your this preposterous monologue. Please let me speak. What I'm saying, Uday, that first time in the history of Indian politics, any sitting chief minister who is sticking lust for the power is unprecedented in nature. He wants to continue irrespective of the fact his entire cabinet is behind bar. Look at the Satya Jain. He was getting massage in the jail. You guys came on the premises of very high moral ground that we are the one who is the exceptionally honest people who wants to rot out the corruption from this country. This was the premises why the AAP party came into power. And what is happening to you? You guys are right now completely swimming in the corruption sea. Everyone is corrupt in your party. Everybody is going behind bar. You think all the institutions are compromised? Judiciary is compromised. ED is compromised. CBI is compromised. Election Commission is compromised. You are abusing the Constitution of India day and day out. You think all your cabinet colleagues have gone behind the bar and they have been languishing not just for 1 day or 2 days. And you are talking about Congress. Who was this Anil Kumar Chaudhary who filed a FIR against on the policy against you? Now they are part of your India alliance. You guys are, of course, in Haryana election. One can see that all of you have fallen apart because you are it's an artificial alliance out of because Mr. Modi's you are not able to hold his horses with your single might. So you are, all have come together. कहते हैं ना चोर चोर मोसेरे भाई सारे चोरों का पंच आ गया है और अब आप you are talking about other stop talking about others, you talk about yourself. What kind of conduct you have demonstrated to the world? Entire world walks upon our party. Everybody thought, I was talking to one commoner on the street. Well, we thought that Kejriwal is a very honest guy. He wears Luxor pen. He wears a very nice shirt, very simple guy. But look at his sheesh mail which he created. How much money he has invested in converting sheesh mail. He said, I will be a commoner. Is he a commoner? Look at his lifestyle, the way lifestyle he lives. He compromised on the liquor scale. Why did you withdraw the liquor policy? I mean, if there was, it is the...
From jail.
अरे यहीं आएंगे भाई, यहीं आएंगे। स्पीच चल रही है, स्पीच चल रही है। भाई साहब मैं आप लोगों के बीच में लाखों करोड़ों लोगों का शुक्रिया करना चाहता हूँ। लाखों लोगों ने मन्नत मांगी, लाखों लोगों ने दुआएं की, आशीर्वाद भेजे, प्रार्थना की, मंदिर गए, मस्जिद गए, गुरुद्वारे गए, उन सब लोगों का मैं शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ।
Okay, these are live visuals coming in. Arvind Kejriwal, of course, addressing some of those people who've arrived there outside Tihar Jail to welcome him, to see him, to, of course, extend their support to him. Let's go across back. I think obviously it's raining, so there's a bit of audio issue there, but still, as you can see, a lot of people present outside Tihar Jail despite the rain. Let's listen in to Mr. Kejriwal.
देश के लिए समर्पित है। मैंने जिंदगी में बहुत संघर्ष किया है, बहुत बड़े संघर्ष किए, जिंदगी में बहुत मुसीबतें झेली हैं, लेकिन हर कदम पे भगवान ने मेरा साथ दिया। ऊपर वाले ने मेरा साथ दिया। क्यों? क्योंकि मैं सच्चा था, मैं सही था, इसलिए भगवान ने मेरा साथ दिया। इन लोगों ने मुझे जेल में डाल दिया। इन लोगों को लगा कि केजरीवाल को जेल में डाल देंगे तो केजरीवाल के हौसले टूट जाएंगे। आज मैं आपको कहना चाहता हूं, मैं जेल से बाहर आया हूं, मेरे हौसले 100 गुना ज्यादा बढ़ गए हैं। मेरी ताकत 100 गुना ज्यादा बढ़ गई है। इनकी जेल की मोटी मोटी दीवारें, इनकी जेल की सलाखें केजरीवाल के हौसले को कमजोर नहीं कर सकती। मैं भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूं, जैसे आज तक ऊपर वाले ने मेरे को रास्ता दिखाया, ऊपर वाले ने मेरे को ताकत दी, ऐसे ही भगवान मुझे रास्ता दिखाता रहे, मैं देश की सेवा करता रहूं और ये जितनी राष्ट्र विरोधी ताकतें हैं जो देश के विकास को रोक रही हैं, जो देश को बांटने का काम कर रही हैं, जो देश को अंदर से कमजोर करने का काम कर रही हैं, जिंदगी भर में इनके खिलाफ लड़ा हूं, आगे भी ऐसे ही लड़ता रहूंगा। भारत माता की, भारत माता की।
All right, so Arvind Kejriwal there, of course, brief statement by him after being released from jail. He's walked out of Tihar Jail after the Supreme Court granted him bail earlier in the day. These are live visuals coming in from outside Tihar Jail of Arvind Kejriwal. He's walked out of jail after, of course, being arrested by first, of course, the CBI, then the ED, and you can, of course, see these visuals, of course, from outside the Tihar Jail. Arvind Kejriwal saying to his supporters that his life is dedicated to the nation. He will continue to work for the people of Delhi. Arvind Kejriwal, of course, also hitting out at the centre in this statement. You can see there, despite the rain, of course, a lot of people have gathered there outside Tihar Jail. Aam Aadmi Party senior leaders like Manish Sisodia, Saurabh Bhardwaj, Atishi are all present there as well. They're expected to accompany him as he now goes to his residence. Let me quickly get back in Vineet Jindal. Vineet, these are, of course, visuals coming in. Arvind Kejriwal walking out of jail. What bearing will this bail have and the observations today on the case though ahead?
Look, as far as the party trying to befool the, I can say, the general public by saying this bail order is amount to acquittal of Arvind Kejriwal of any kind of allegations or any kind of that alleged that scam, liquor scam. So I think that is really wrong. It is in bail order. It is not a complete trial, was not completed. It is not a comprehensive judgment. So this is not like that. That Arvind Kejriwal has been freed from allegations and freed from the liquor scam things. So we have to see when the trial was completed, the judgment would be passed. Then only Aam Aadmi Party can say that okay, now the Arvind Kejriwal is whether it is acquitted or it was convicted. So I think the Aam Aadmi Party is presenting in wrong way a bail order before the general public to get political benefits. I think this is wrong. This should be stopped. And it may be possible, as we have seen previously, that
I want to correct Mr. Jindal.
One application has been filed before the Supreme Court when the same thing would be happen when temporary bail has been granted to Arvind Kejriwal. One application has been filed to stop him by saying this, that it is amount to a known kind of giving a clean chit to Arvind Kejriwal. So definitely that not much taken by the Supreme Court by saying this, that okay, it is his provocative how he can be pronounced or how can it be presented before the general public. But in legal aspect, in legal terminology, bail order is not been affected the trial, and it is not amount to clean chit to Arvind Kejriwal any of the manner.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I think we have our reporter there as well. He's also, of course, speaking with various people. Let's quickly listen into what some of the AAP supporters there are saying, and we'll come back to our panel. I'm coming back to you in a second, Mr. Pasi.
स्वागत करें, तालियां स्वागत करें, हल्लो रहा स्वागत करेंगे।
बारिश हो रही है, बारिश में भीगने का नहीं है कुछ ऐसा।
सुबह से भीग रहे हैं, जब से ये न्यूज आई है, जब से भीग रहे हैं लगातार बारिश हो रही है, लगातार सारे कार्यकर्ता यहाँ पर अपने नेता के लिए आए हैं और नेताजी को कहने आए हैं हम आपके साथ हैं, कोई डर नहीं, बात नहीं, चाहे जेल में रहे चाहे बाहर रहे, हम सब उनके साथ हैं, उनके साथ खड़े रहेंगे, पहले भी खड़े हैं और आगे भी खड़े रहेंगे।
सुन रहे हैं आप कार्यकर्ताओं को, कार्यकर्ताएं जो हैं कार्यकर्ता यहाँ पे जोशो खरोश में है, क्योंकि 177 दिन के बाद में पूरा जो आम आदमी पार्टी का कुनबा है वो खुश दिखाई दे रहा है, क्योंकि इसके जितने भी बड़े नेता थे सभी जो है जेल में थे, लेकिन धीरे धीरे करके जिस तरीके से वो बाहर आए हैं, आप ये देख सकते हैं आतिशबाजी, जिस तरीके से आसमान में आतिशबाजी की जा रही है, आम आदमी पार्टी के जो कार्यकर्ता हैं वो खुशी से झूम रहे हैं। और ये सब इसलिए क्योंकि उनके नेता जो है अरविंद केजरीवाल ठीक चुनाव से पहले, क्योंकि दिल्ली में भी विधानसभा चुनाव है, हरियाणा में भी चुनाव है, और जो आम आदमी पार्टी है वो जोशो खरोश के साथ लड़ना चाह रही है। इसको देखते हुए ये जो रिहाई है वो आम आदमी पार्टी के लिए बहुत ही खास हो जाता है, और पूरी पार्टी उसके जो खुश होकर के वो बजा रही, देख सकते हैं ढोल नगाड़े बजाए जा रहे हैं, और इस तरीके से पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता झूम रहे, नाच रहे हैं। मैम आपसे बात करेंगे, कैसी तैयारी है आप लोगों की?
बहुत जबरदस्त तैयारी है, आप देख सकते हैं कि बारिश शुरू हो चुकी है, लेकिन हम लोग यहाँ से टस से मस नहीं होंगे। बारिश भी पूरी दिल्ली केजरीवाल जी का इंतजार कर रही है भव्य स्वागत के रूप में, और मजबूती के साथ पार्टी का काम देश के कोने कोने में लेके जाएंगे।
और बताइए अरविंद केजरीवाल के बारे में कहा जा रहा है कि
अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के बारे में ये कहना चाहूंगा कि हरियाणा को हम जीत रहे हैं, हरियाणा के अंदर केजरीवाल की सरकार बनने जा रही है, और मैं पहले से वहां की जनता को कह देना चाहता हूं, किसी के बहकावे में नहीं आना। केजरीवाल दिल्ली को चमका सकता है तो हरियाणा को भी चमका सकता है।
आज जब 177 दिन के बाद बाहर आए हैं केजरीवाल
जी। Okay, those were some supporters there. There's of course a lot of dhol as well. Celebrations happening at Arvind Kejriwal's residence. Remember, he's of course going to now go from Tihar Jail to his residence. You can see there those visuals, of course, on your screen of a lot of euphoria there. Let me quickly also bring in, yes, Mr. Pasi, I think wanted to come back in, if I'm not mistaken. BJ Pasi of the AAP had a point to make. Yes, I know Mukesh, you want to come back, but I think, yes, BJ Pasi first.
Mr. Vineet Jindal tried to mislead by stating wrong facts. Aam Aadmi Party has not stated that Arvind Kejriwal has been acquitted. Mr. Vineet Jindal created their own words. We have not stated he has been acquitted. We have stated that even after the best effort of BJP, best effort of caged parrots masters, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has been granted bail, which is very important for us. And now as far as BJP is concerned, the people used to say that BJP has now become Bhrashtachari joining party. Bhrashtachari is joining party. Because we have listened so many times that BJP leaders are proudly used to say, the khela ho gaya. What is the meaning of this khela? When they have used money power, they have misused their government power to destabilize the elected governments. That's why they use the word khela, and they very proudly used it. And third most important thing is, Mr. Tegi said that Mr. Kejriwal wants to become the Prime Minister. Yes, I am predicting one day, and very soon, Mr. Kejriwal will be the Prime Minister of India, because people of India are starting saying that we want the real issues. We want the politics on real issues. And third thing, most importantly, we strictly, strongly demand the resignation of the master of caged parrots. ये जो तोता मैना है ना, ED and CBI, जो इनके मास्टर हैं, हम तो उनका resignation चाहते हैं. We want resignation of Mr. Amit Shah and Mr. Vineet Jindal. You have come here as an expert. Kindly don't misquote the words. Don't mislead the people by saying that Aam Aadmi Party is saying that Kejriwal has been acquitted. They have stated that they tried their best. And why Mr. Kejriwal will resign? Because
stay with us. More reactions coming in. More reactions coming in. Let's quickly play them out. More ground reports.
तहत उनको अरेस्ट करवाया, जेल में डाला, और आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट के इस आदेश से उनका जो साजिश थी उसका पर्दाफाश हो चुका है। और सबसे बड़ी बात है, मुख्यमंत्री जी के साथ जनता का प्यार है, जनता का आशीर्वाद है, और साथ ही आने वाले समय में भी ये प्यार और आशीर्वाद मुख्यमंत्री जी पर बना रहेगा।
सीबीआई के ऊपर में टिप्पणी जो की है कि आप तोता मत बनिए, इस तरीके से, उस पर क्या कहेंगे? कोर्ट पे जिस तरीके से बातें हुई हैं, क्या कहेंगे उस बारे में?
आप जिस तरीके से देख रहे थे कि सीबीआई जो भी विपक्ष है, जो माननीय मोदी जी के इन्फ्लुएंस में काम करता है पूरी तरीके से, लेकिन सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ये बता दिया कि न्याय व्यवस्था अभी जीवित है और सत्य की हमेशा जीत होती है। तो आज हम माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करते हैं और आप देख रहे हैं कि पार्टी में किस तरीके से खुशी की लहर है। ये हम सब के लिए बहुत ही शुभ मौका है कि इस बार गणेश जी का आगमन हुआ, उसके साथ साथ हमारी पार्टी का भी उद्धार हो गया।
आप जितनी महिला शक्ति हैं उनके घर के ठीक सामने खड़े, क्या पहला स्वागत आप लोग ही करेंगे?
हाँ, हम तो करेंगे अरविंद केजरीवाल जी का स्वागत। वो तो हमारे लिए गॉड की तरह है। हमारे लिए बस फ्री कराई उन्होंने, इतनी चीज़ें करी, पानी फ्री, महिलाओं का बजट एकदम कंट्रोल में।
All right, Manohar Kesri in fact is also joining us now live on the broadcast. Manohar Kesri, jubilation amongst Aam Aadmi Party cadre. We were of course just hearing one of their leaders, Shelley Oberoi, speaking there. She's the mayor. Of course, even as Arvind Kejriwal has left from Tihar Jail, he's on his way to his residence. Manohar, is that correct?
हाँ देखिए, बिल्कुल केजरीवाल जो है तिहाड़ जेल से निकलने के बाद सुनीता केजरीवाल मनीष सिसोदिया के साथ जो है अपने आवास की ओर रवाना हो गए हैं और चंदीराम अखाड़े से उनका एक रोड शो निकाला जाएगा जो 6 फ्लैग स्टॉप रोड जहां पर केजरीवाल का रेजिडेंस है वहां तक जाएगा। लेकिन अभी हम मौजूद हैं आम आदमी पार्टी का जो नया दफ्तर है यहाँ पर, और यहाँ पर देखेंगे तो रंग रोगन का कार्य चल रहा है, क्योंकि जब से नया ये ऑफिस बना है उस वक्त से केजरीवाल यहाँ पर आए नहीं है, क्योंकि 170 दिन से जेल में थे। यहाँ का नजारा अगर आपको मैं दिखाऊं, इसलिए आप देखिए लोग जो है सो दफ्तर की खुदाई कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पर रंग रोगन का काम चल रहा है। ये आप देखेंगे तो हर जगह जो है सो लोग लगे हुए हैं, ताकि जब केजरीवाल कल सुबह यहाँ पर आएंगे तो यहाँ पर एक अलग नजारा देखने को मिलेगा। क्योंकि जब ये खबर आई, जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट से ऑर्डर पास हुआ कि अरविंद केजरीवाल को जमानत स्लिप यहाँ पर कार्यकर्ताओं का हुजूम उमड़ पड़ा था और एक जबरदस्त उत्साह और जोश देखने को मिला, और इसका असर आने वाले विधानसभा चुनाव में, जैसा कि अभी हरियाणा में आप देख रहे हैं आम आदमी पार्टी जो है तो अलग से चुनाव लड़ रही है, तो अरविंद केजरीवाल जो है तो सीधे तौर पर कल केंद्र सरकार पर हमला बोलेगी, क्योंकि अरविंद केजरीवाल इस दफ्तर में पहली बार कल पहुंचने वाले हैं।
जी बिल्कुल मनोहर, जैसे आप बता रहे हैं कि शायद अरविंद केजरीवाल कल पहुंचेंगे उनके दफ्तर, शायद हनुमान मंदिर का भी रुख कर सकते हैं अरविंद केजरीवाल, वहां जा सकते हैं दर्शन के लिए, जैसे वो पहले भी गए हैं जब वो छूटे हैं बेल से और जेल जाने से पहले भी। मगर मनोहर, अगर हम बात करें आज शाम की, तो जैसे आप कह रहे हैं रोड शो की तैयारी है, शो ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ किया जा रहा है आम आदमी पार्टी द्वारा।
देखिए, बिल्कुल आपने सही कहा, क्योंकि तिहाड़ जैसे निकल करके सीधे वो चंदीराम अखाड़े जो कश्मीरी गेट से थोड़ा सा आगे है, और वहां पर सभी लोग कार्यकर्ता इकट्ठा हो चुके हैं और वहां पर अरविंद केजरीवाल का इंतजार किया जा रहा है। जैसे ही अरविंद केजरीवाल वहां पहुंचेंगे, वहां से 6 फ्लैग स्टॉप रोड जो अरविंद केजरीवाल का रेजिडेंस है, जो सीएम हाउस है, वहां पहुंचेंगे और एक शक्ति प्रदर्शन है। इस प्रकार से
मनोहर केसरी, शुक्रिया हमारे संग जुड़ने के लिए। मुकेश त्यागी बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता अभी भी जुड़े हुए हैं। मुकेश त्यागी जी, बीजेपी पासी तरह तरह के आरोप लगा रहे थे अभी आपकी पार्टी पर, क्या जवाब देंगे मुकेश त्यागी? व्हाट विल यू से?
देखिए, मैं आपको बताऊं, इनका काला इतिहास, स्वाति मालीवाल की इन्होंने पिटाई लगाई, चीफ सेक्रेटरी की पिटाई लगाई, इन्होंने पोल्यूशन में पूरे दिल्ली को जो है एक चिमनी के माध्यम से पूरे पोल्यूशन से खराब कर दिया। अभी इनके जो कार्यकर्ता हैं वो पटाखे बजा रहे हैं, जबकि सुप्रीम कोर्ट का निर्देश है कि पटाखे बैन है। तो ये तो इनका सम्मान है दिल्ली की जनता के लिए। और जहां तक इनका अभी आपके एक लॉयर जो थे, आई थिंक ही वाज एब्सोल्युटली ऑन द हेड ऑफ द नेल, because he is likely to be convicted, and my prediction is he will be convicted because the prima facie evidences are clinching conclusive evidence against his complete corruption in Delhi liquor policy.
Let's get in another legal perspective there. Let's get in another legal perspective there. AK Singh is also with us.
One second. Uday, one more line.
Quickly.
I want to appeal Raymond Magsaysay award organizers to withdraw that award because he has been behind bar and he got that award based on...
AK Singh, what bearing will this have, the order today on Arvind Kejriwal's trial ahead?
See, in criminal matters, the bail happens basically in every criminal cases after the completion of the investigation and the filing of the charge sheet, except some heinous case, right, heinous crime, the bails happens. So granting of the bail does not mean, though it's a political thing, they are celebrating, there are the crackings, the crackers, that are the different aspect. But as far as the case is concerned, the granting of the bail does not amount to any kind of discharge or acquittal or any thing, right? So, on one hand, the learned friend Bikramjit Passi is stating again and again the remarks of the caged parrot, and again, and on that remarks on the ground, the Mr. Passi is stating and asking for the resignation of the Mr. Amit Shah, the Honorable Home Minister. So let me remind you the observation made by the court at page 34 in para 11. The court has specifically mentioned that while discussing the ground of the arrest in the CBI case, the CBI has stated that the Kejriwal made a evasive reply and contrary to the documentary evidences of the demanding and receiving of the 100 crore rupees on behalf of from the co-accused persons of the South Group, the acceptance and delivery of the same to the Aam Aadmi Party through his close associate Vijay Nair, as well as the utilization of the ill-gotten money so received in the assembly election in the Goa during the year of 2021 to 22 to meet the election-related expenditure of the Aam Aadmi Party. So there are the many clinching evidences and the observations are made in the order. So only just because the court has made a remarks on the CBI as a caged parrot, this does not make him the ground to ask a resignation of the Home Minister, right? So these kind of the observations are made in many cases by the Honorable Supreme Court, right? So bails happens. So ultimately the granting of the bail does not amount to any acquittal or any discharge or any the clean sheet as they are the celebrating and trying to portray basically.
Okay, let me in fact quickly also get in Ashwini Dubey at this point. AOR Supreme Court is also joins us live. Ashwini Dubey, contrasting judgment today in terms of course being unified and united on granting of bail to the Delhi Chief Minister, but the two judges did differ on the legality of his arrest. What did you make of that contrast, Ashwini Dubey? Also, what do you make of the jubilation in the Aam Aadmi Party camp today, even as Arvind Kejriwal walks free? Do you believe this sets the ball rolling for his exoneration in the case, or is it too early to say that?
Let me answer to the first question. None of the courts have termed his arrest illegal because one honorable judge said that arrest when he was in jail without giving notice under section 41A, that would amount to violation of the provisions and the settled procedure. Then one judge, Honorable Suryakant, says no, he was rightly arrested. But the another judge, Honorable Justice Bhuyan, what he remarked, he said that since he was already granted bail in ED case, there was no need to keep him in the incarceration. Number two, it is a settled principle that long incarceration in any matter violates the liberty of any individual. That's a constitution also. So let's remember Honorable Justice Krishna Iyer today, who has given a very noble precedent, very noble principle that bail is a rule, jail is an exception. But we must not forget that our Honorable Chief Minister was in jail for more than 6 months. The charge sheet has been filed. All the co-accused have been granted bail. And there was no need to keep him for further incarceration. Now, there were three questions before Honorable Supreme Court. One, whether there was illegality in arrest by the CBI, and if he can be released forthwith, whether filing of charge sheet is of such nature that he has to only go to trial court. Now, two other, there is no impediment in arresting a person who is already in custody for another case for purpose of investigation. And CBI in their application has noted that why arrest was necessary, and since there was a judicial order, there was no violation of section 41A(3). Now, another aspect, you see, there is a need any investigating agency, we all are lawyers, to intro-inspect. Intro-inspection is must. Since 2013 till 2024, more than 1 decade has passed. In 2013, Honorable Supreme Court Justice Lodha has remarked, whether you would remember, you are such an interactive, very, very knowledgeable, learned journalist, that CBI has become a caged parrot. That remark has been made today also.
Yes.
So there is a need to look into those investigating agencies, introspect and reform. Reform so far as the transparency is concerned, reform so far as the upgradation and informing the ground of arrest. Third, the political masters should not interfere. I do also agree. But here, democratic values, democratic ethics also come in the way, because if we see Honorable Chief Minister's, he was in jail. Earlier, Uday, you remember, when anybody used to, any single allegation used to be leveled against any politician, then he used to resign first. For the impartial investigation of the matter, for not in any matter prejudicing the ongoing investigation, and also that his post should not come in the way. But here it's a classic example where new rules have been set, which will be followed in true letter and spirit. And I must say that under trial prisoners, there are other cases also. This judgment should be implied in true letter and spirit, so that anyone who is in any part of the country is under arrest and trial is not proceeding with, because thousands and thousands people under trial prisoners at the jail, they should also, I'm sure, will get benefit of this landmark judgment, and they should also be released on bail. And charge sheet has been filed, so investigation is over. All the co-accused have been granted. It's a common principle. And so far as the legality of arrest is concerned, ED arrest has not been questioned. Only Honorable one judge has questioned the Justice Bhuya that about the CBI arrest. Was already granted.
Okay, we have the AP's representative on the show as well, BJ Pasi. Let him quickly respond to the legal perspectives that have come in, BJ Pasi. Do you defer or agree with Ashwini Dubey and AK Singh's opinion? You, of course, deferred with Mr. Jindal earlier.
Mr. Ashwini Dubey has stated that on morality, the legal ethics, I must say that Supreme Court has also not stated that Mr. Kejriwal should resign. They have earlier filed an petition, you must know. And what happened to that? One thing is more important. We are ready to face the trial. We are going to face the trial because from our point of view, as Mr. Ujjwal Boyan stated, that in first 4 charge sheets, there is no name of Mr. Kejriwal. And there is nothing on record. I'm saying that. But as the matter is sub judice, I'm not going to comment on that. Second thing is, the only motive of the BJP is to get resignation of Mr. Kejriwal. And this is happening here. What the learned friend are saying? He must resign. He must resign. Why? Because their only motives, they want to capture the Delhi. They want to capture the assembly of Delhi. Because in Delhi, Mr. Kejriwal has won 3rd time, consecutively, 3rd time. And BJP has failed to remove him from his post. And this case is also a conspiracy. Clearly, a clear conspiracy, which has been framed against, I will again say, by the masters of the caged parrots. What they have stated, that their arrest has been declared legal. I am not going on the technicalities, but one thing you must listen, that for the last many months, ED, CBI, trying their best that Mr. Kejriwal shouldn't get bail. They are trying their best, but they are saying, we are going to complete the charge sheet. We are going to conclude it within such and such period. So kindly don't grant bail to him. Today was also the same words. So today they use the same words. Mr. Kejriwal is not entitled for the bail. Why they were trying so? And one thing is to be seen, that the people are couraged. People have got courage with the release of Mr. Kejriwal on bail, and their motive has been failed. Their motive has been failed. When the law says that there is a presumption of innocence, then how you can frame a person by saying that he is going to convict? Mr. Tyagi stated he is going to convict, because it is the dream of BJP that a person who is raising alarm against the corruption, who is raising alarm for the real issues, shouldn't come to power. And this is the dream of the BJP, and that is reflecting here by repeatedly saying that. And what about Mr. Tyagi will say about the BJP media cell, Harshad Patel, and the person who was appointed as governor who acquitted Mr. Amit Shah. The list is very long. You must remember Sahara Bidla case. And what happened to that judge? What they are doing since they have come into power in India? Even the 4 judges of Supreme Court were forced to conduct a press conference. These are the ethics of BJP. And we are talking about a case which has nothing, which has no reality, which is only a conspiracy to frame Mr. Kejriwal. Nothing else. Talk about Mr. Rakesh Asthana. He was appointed as special director. I have a long list of the misdeeds of BJP.
Okay, your monologue is over.
Because it is a great day.
No.
It's a good day for us.
Soon, sweets.
Don't show frustration. Don't show frustration.
You see, first of all, you're misquoting. No, I have understood. Please let me speak. You see, he's trying to tell me that I'm predicting. As a matter of fact, I'm not predicting. I am a lawyer. I understand. There is a prima facie evidence against Mr. Kejriwal and his crony colleagues, Satyen Jain, Manish Sisodia, Sanjay Singh. So the conviction possibilities are the highest. And people are going to trust on a most potential convicted politician in this country. So that's why I'm trying to warn. Please wake up. Don't trust this man, because he is likely to go behind bar for a very long time, which will lead to his disqualification to hold any public office. Number 2, you see, Lalu Prasad Yadav, who resigned, and whatever right or wrong, he handed over reins to his wife, Hemant Soren. He went to jail. He handed over chief minister post to somebody else. But Mr. Kejriwal, look at his exceptional exponential lust for the power. He doesn't want to move an inch. Court has said that what will you do if you can't sign the file? Let him resign. Why are you blocking the process? You know how much injustice is done to the Delhi people because he is sitting on the file. The administrative system has completely paralyzed. Mr. Kejriwal is sitting in the jail. He can't hold the beatings. So he still wants to. I mean, what is this megalomaniac attitude that he wants to stick as an individual? He can hand over power to the many other people, contenders who can become the chief minister. But why is he shying away? Maybe he wants to play with the fundamentals of the prosecution. He wants to use his power as a chief minister to do all ill doings. Or maybe he has got some grander plans. So he wants to stick to the power. He doesn't want to lose the power. He's a completely selfish politician. If he's a selfless man, if he's a completely man with a higher morality, any person would have resigned and said, okay, I will come back to Mr. L.K. Advani, when his name came in J.K. Diary case. Just name. Although Supreme Court later pronounced the name is not a conclusive evidence to implicate anyone. He resigned. He said, till my name is cleared, exonerated, I will not come back into power. So these are called the moral precedents. What is Mr. Kejriwal doing? Now today, when I want to point out, I was listening to him. He is saying, in logo ne, matlab he is trying to say the government. Courts are involved. Are you trying to ridicule courts that they were involved in his incarceration in the jail? Who is responsible? He is still saying, I think his bail should be cancelled. As a matter of fact, he's already started in a breach. If you analyze, I think lawyers panel is sitting with you, and if they listen to his speech today, he's already saying in logo ne. What do you mean by in logo ne? It means he is trying to indirectly ridicule judicial system and the enforcement institutions. They are compromised, and they are the one, and the government is responsible singularly to put behind bar. And it means indirectly there is a collusion between judiciary, government, and the enforcement authorities. So this is kind of a statement Mr. Kejriwal is just making on the first day itself when he came out. So I think there should be some petition to cancellation of his bail. That's what I want to say.
Yes. Okay, let me in fact quickly now also get in BJ Pasi very, very quickly on BJ Pasi now, the politics of it all as well. Are you going to be highlighting this in the campaign ahead, particularly, of course, in Haryana, but in the days ahead as well? I think
Mr.
Kejriwal will be going to the Aam Aadmi Party office tomorrow. I think the first time he's going to visit your new office. What do we expect to hear from him there?
Because every supporter and every worker of our party is very, very happy today. And tomorrow, Mr. Kejriwal will come to our office, and you will see the change in Haryana scenario also. There are so many issues in Haryana which have not been dealt till today by the governments. And one thing is very much clear, Mr. Uday, you have listened, Mr. Tyagi, very respectable friend of me, Mr. Tyagi. He said that the bail should be cancelled. Just now, Mr. Kejriwal has come out and BJP has started shouting, that bail should be cancelled. This is the motive of BJP, what I'm saying, since the very beginning. Second thing, why BJP is so afraid if Mr. Kejriwal is in the office, is in the chair of CM? There are so many restrictions you have already stated, and Mr. Kejriwal has just released, and your pain started. No, I'm sorry to say this word, but why? Bail should be cancelled. I'm very shocked to see.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.